Yeah. Mixing is the essential part of music. You have to mix these records. So you have your motherfucking canvas with all of these different paints on it. You know what I'm saying? You have to mix that shit and blend it in together. You have 30 tracks of fucking music and you need to mix that shit to where it gives off an orgasm. Dr. Dre is a motherfucking genius and a pro when it comes to mixing records. If you listen to any of Death Row classics, when he was there, that shit sounds great. The Chronic, man, they mixed the fuck out of that shit. And it kind of blows my mind to hear KLC say that they wasn't mixing a lot of that shit. You know, they'll make the beat and tweak it from that aspect, but they wasn't mixing the records. Like, niggas, you crazy? A lot of that shit, I ain't gonna say a lot, 99.9% of that shit sounds great. And it's mind-blowing to know that they didn't even mix them fucking records. Wow. Mixing is very important though. You can make a beat, rap on it, and then put it on a CD or whatever, MP3, and play it. But will it sound good? Will the vocal levels be equal and balanced out? What about the instrumentation on the record? Will it be balanced out? Is the piano louder than the bass line? You know what I'm saying? You gotta equal this shit out. That's why mixing is important. And don't let it become a lost art. Don't let mixing become a lost art, because it's important. It makes a record 1,000 times greater when it's mixed good. Any record that you like right now, I got the hiccups. Any record that you like right now, go and listen to it and listen to how it's EQ'd and how everything meshes so well together, because the engineer mixed that shit good. Music is about orgasms. You need to feel the music. Number one, the music is number one in music. Lyrics are secondary. Music is number one. If the music isn't good, it's no need to put no lyrics on top of it. When the music good, put some good lyrics on top of it and put a great mix on it. Great mixes. Good mix. Put you a good mix on that shit. When a person put it in their car and they hear it, man, when it's done right, they're gonna love it and they feel it. They receive it. Play it over and over again. Telling other people, check this out. This is good right here. And the average consumer doesn't think about the process music goes through for it to get to them. You just hear records on the radio and don't know the process behind the records. You know, these ideas they do come from nowhere, but it comes from experiences out here. Like today, I woke up, came to a place, and I'm gonna go do a bunch of different things today. Just say I do 30 things today. By me doing those 30 things, it's creating a mood, because everything I'm doing affects the mood. So after I do these 30 things, I'm in a certain mood. Whatever I create was based upon everything I went through today to get to that final point to where I got in the studio. You see what I'm saying? You can, but music is not made by just waking up, oh, I want to make music today, and going and making music and making good music like that. I mean, yes, it is made like that, but no, it's not made like that, because you got to have something in order to give something. In music, you got to have something. So I know that sounds crazy, but it takes it just take all of the experience of the day, bring that experience of the day into the studio and capitalize on that creativity. Okay, I'm gonna just say you're gonna go to the studio at 9 o'clock tonight. Everything that you do leading up to 9 o'clock tonight plays a part in your creativity. You know what I'm saying? Every detail plays a part in your creativity and what you're creating and what you're trying to do. You know? Every aspect, every point. So that's why people say practice makes perfect, because you need to practice to have your technique and your skill high. You need to have your technique and your skill level high. So whenever the music flows through your vessel, you can interpret it in the greatest form you can. All of this shit starts with ideas. You may watch TV and catch an idea. Long story short, that you take the ideas and you put them on record. But the ideas came from something. That's why they say nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And you gotta have something to get something. When you go out in the world and experience things, it gives you something. And you take that something and you turn it into something else. It's one thing to have nothing. And if you have nothing, then you have nothing. But really, it's no way to have nothing. You're always gonna have something, because life is always pushing and pulling and directing and guiding you in a lot of different ways. But you have to captivate all of that shit. Take all of the experience and put it in a bottle, basically, and put it on record. That's what you need to do as an artist. Oh shit, I gotta go. But yeah, man, mixing is essential. You gotta mix these records to give eargasms. You know, when you make a good beat and you got a good rap and you got a great mix, you got a hit record.